Yo, what's up, guys? It's Crypto Fry. I'm back with another TA. Let's hop right into it. So, Solana, what do I see? We are trading a back above this bull flag channel, which is good. We did knock once, twice, and we just smashed through this level. Okay, so what am I looking for now, right? I am looking for a back test of this level. I am looking for it to come down maybe to around the $89 region. Uh, we could possibly even pierce below here and maybe retest the bottom of that bull flag channel, the top of the bull flag channel. Or it is possible too, we could just keep sending and we could start retesting this 94 region, which would be the 4 hour. And I think we're going to have some, look at that, we do have some weeklies. We do have some weeklies. So let's get that right there. For me, this is a minor weekly. Minor because the top of range, I would say the ones that are further apart are kind of more bigger time frame weeklies. So this is, for me, is kind of like a minor weekly. But for now, we are trading inside this range. But it would be nice. I guess, really you could look at it as like a weekly range. I would say these both are kind of, I guess, minor weeklies, and these are your major weeklies. So these major weeklies would have bigger support, and these minor weeklies, you would imagine them to get traded more often, more frequently. So if we go down to the lower time frame, you could see how it's kind of reacting off of that level there. So that is what I'm looking for next. I'm looking for a retest of that $89 region. Of course, it's dependent on how Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing. Bitcoin, so this is kind of weird, right? I posted this chart, I posted this line back on the 19th, I think. And I was thinking, okay, hey, we come up here, we come down here, and I mean, it hasn't been followed to the T. I think I did mention that I was off by about a day. And if you go down here, the projection was off by a day. And it's not always like this, It's not always like this. Like sometimes, yeah, like you have a good short there, you have a good long down here. But, it's no one's going to have a 100% win rate. If they do, they're fucking lying to you, you know. But yeah, I guess if we were to continue following this pattern, then we would just see a continued vertical move up to around here, the $44,000 region. And then once we get up there, I think maybe probably by the start of the weekly, or what I'm thinking is the weekly is going to want to close up there. And we do have a weekly resistance around there, 43,000. And look at that. You see that top weekly up there? Boom, right there. Let's make that yellow. I like the weeklies yellow. I learned that from Chart Champions. So you can see there. Boom, look at that. 44,000 right there. 44,000 coincides with this top channel, and it also coincides with this weekly level, which you could see it got tagged right there. So in my opinion, I would expect this to continue heading higher, a swing of this weekly up there, and then we'll see how it goes once we get more data in. We'll see how things are going in the stock markets, and we'll see how those goes. I mean, because Nvidia is just on an absolute ripper right now. It's just gone straight vertical since the beginning of the month. So we'll see how these continue to go. But just keep in mind that this is a straight vertical move. We are also starting to get a divergence on the weekly RSI. You can see RSI made a higher high, and then it made a lower high, but price made a higher high. But you see that, I'm sorry. price made a higher high and the RSI made a lower high. So just keep that in mind. But we'll see how the data looks once we get there. But for now, I mean, I would say, yeah, that's the level I'm looking for, around the $44,000 region. Or we could also see, I had this coming to back test this lower channel here, so we could also see that. And I would think that the Solana coin would, they would retest these lower support levels alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum has been underperforming Bitcoin, as you can see in the Ethereum BTC chart. And I did post this chart earlier on my page that I was looking for this level around the 0.5271, 261 level. And because I mean, for me, this was a crazy move right here. I posted a couple charts in the past year for this. When we broke out of this channel, when we lost this channel, we broke down. But then we had this move recently in January, just 2 weeks ago, where we were trying to reclaim this 200-day moving average and also the re-entry into the channel, the upward sloping channel. But I was kind of suspicious of it. Also, this was on the news of the ETF. So it was kind of three factors, but I was kind of suspicious of it because it seemed to me like it was obvious. So I guess it's not too surprising that it broke down, because it was just re-entering the channel, trying to reclaim the 200 the day of the ETF approval. And so it was just, for me, it was just kind of like, okay, I feel like it was like just too obvious, but it could have been either way. It could have been like, hey, it's so obvious that it is it. But I would say the next trade setup I would look for ETH BTC would be around here, the 61866 Fibonacci retrace. And then from there, it would be nice to see this get reclaimed. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, and ETH, I posted a chart earlier the other day that I did want to see something like that. Hit here, come down, swing these lows, re-enter, and then we could see where it goes from there. So, yeah, I'd say for now this is still intact. BTC, we'll have to see if we reach this weekly up here or if we come to retest this lower channel. And for Sol, let's see if we do retest that alongside with BTC, or if we just continue to reclaim these levels, then I would imagine ETH would just continue to reach these levels up here. And we'll see how the data looks once we reach up here, if it is looking like it'll reclaim, or if we do see a reversal on the page. All right, so that's it for the bigger caps. Let's go to WIF. I mean, I told you guys about this setup here and possibly a lower one down here. We didn't get that. We did end up reaching this setup here, and this was alongside the 25-day moving average that got tagged right there. So that was a nice trade. Whoever took that, I think you're up like 100%, moved like 200 million. So let's just get rid of these levels then, since this already said and done for. I think one thing I was looking at for the next setup would be down here around the 28-cent region, because it looks like it has sent, but we haven't really got any retest of support areas. So if it were to come down here, it would just be a quick dump and probably a quick pump, or we could kind of steadily kind of range and kind of steadily make out a nice range here, possibly dip there and then just kind of do something like that. Or if we do come down, it'd be a very quick kind of move like that. All right, and then also I did mention in my previous videos that you did come into the Fibonacci resistance up here at around the 3.8 level, 38-cent level. And so there's that right now. But let's clean this up a bit. I guess we don't really need this fib anymore. And let's see, is there any weekly levels that I can see? No, so pretty much the same. I mean, this is the major weekly that we're at right now, and then also this is the wick high. So it does look like actually. Oh, that's gonna be crooked. Or did I? What the hell did I do? Okay. So I guess now we are trying to find support off of this wick high, but I do have a feeling we dip down to here, come back to where this initial support was found. But it is possible we could find support here at the wick high. So just keep that in mind. Lots of different scenarios here, but I mean, good places to bid if you are feeling bullish. It's a good spot to bid, and then have some dry powder down here for that 2.8 level to bid. All right, so that's WIF. Let's hop on over to Myro. Myro, I was surprised that we didn't get a move higher on Myro. I mean, it feels like the rest of the market was moving up, but it looks like Myro wants to head down to my target that I have down here around the 14-cent level, and we would get a double bottom similar to how we had here in January 14th. So we'll see how it goes. Once we're down here, we'll take a look at the data, and we'll make a decision from there. So that's it for Myro. Used car, same thing. Kind of disappointed in the price action. I was hoping we would get a nice move up with today's move, but looks like it wants to continue down to the target as well, around the 2.4, 2.8 level. And I do feel like we are kind of running out of time a bit, because I mean, I would have wanted this to be around here, around the 25th, so yesterday, and so it would be nice if we could just get a quick flush and just resend it. And keep in mind, this region is a good place to buy it for paper trades, right? Everything's paper trades, but this is a good region to buy because yeah, you're gonna sit at your computer, or you're gonna sit, or you're gonna have limit alerts, and you're just gonna be waiting for this entry, waiting for your alert to get triggered there. Okay, your alert is triggered. You open your phone, you try to load up your app, whatever, Jupiter, and probably if you don't have limit orders here, probably by the time that you're ready to place a trade, it's already retraced and it's already trading literally back at the levels that we're at right now. So just keep that in mind. All right, if you don't have limit orders here, then the move will probably be fast, and you probably won't even have time to place a market order. All right, so that's for used car. Chunky, pretty much the same thing as used car. I mean, same thing. If you are bullish, it's a good spot to bid. Chunky hasn't cleared the all-time highs yet. I like what they're doing. I like the project. So yeah, that's it for Chunky. When we did have that double top that swung, and we had a huge boom, down around 69%. So we are at daily support here. I think we do have some weekly levels that printed. I mean, all the way up here. So yeah, this daily support is your support. 3 red days in a row. Same thing as Chonky on used car. If you do get a dip down to here, it's just going to be very quick. So, I mean, it's not even a point to just wait or, have your limit order set, because it's going to be a quick, that's what I'm thinking. It'll be a quick move. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Win. If we take a look at Harambe, I was cautious of this double top here. So from that double top, you are down, let's see, around 41%. So that's the thing. Like, you have to take profits. Yeah, it's nice to let it ride. And, you don't have to sell your whole bag, but, your whole paper trading bag. But just saying, like, when you reach levels like that, take some off. Pay yourself. You rode this thing all the way up. You did a good job. Pay yourself. Take yourself, whatever, your loved one on a nice date. Buy yourself some new clothes. Buy yourself that Lambo. Realize those profits. So that, and if anything, even if you don't want to do all that stuff, realize those profits. Head on over to some stables, and then just be patient. You know, took about a day to play out. And even here, you could re-enter here if you really wanted to. If you really like this project, if you did your research and you like this project, and you could get in 40%, increase your position size, you know, on a 40% drawdown. What am I looking for next? I mean, we have that. But keep in mind, on this double top on win, we did come down to these lower dailies. If we're looking at Harambe, if we do come down to these lower dailies, then I would imagine price would start trading around here. So for me, I wouldn't take this entry. You could if you wanted to, if you like this project. But for me, this would be a better entry for me at the 1 cent, 1.4. This would be a good entry for me. All right. I wanted to go over Gachi. Gachi, this was a coin that I was in. I think the dev broke his toe or something, but anyways, you know, they rugged. But it looks like the community has picked it up again. And if we click on their Twitter link, this is the old one. So they do need to update this. But this is their page that they have revamped. So it looks like they are trying. They are trying to build. And it looks like, yeah, so for now it is a community takeover. You know, it's crypto. Stuff like this happens all the time. Devs can rug, and the community ends up taking this token to new places. And this place really is the Wild West. I mean, because I think I left the chart off around here, and I thought this thing was done for. I thought, hey, you know, because I've been in a couple community takeovers and it never really amounted to anything. So it is nice to see them do good. This is a nice move for them. And I think it looks like we even hit it looks like it was the overall fib retrace. Boom, right there. And looks like you're up 100% position. But keep in mind, this is only a 100 market cap coin. So this is a very micro cap, and it's only 5 days old. So this one is the smallest out of all the ones I've gone over. This is 23 mil, 31.10. So this is higher on the risk scale for me. So just keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, I would say that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.